Bruce Willis recently entered a care facility on August 15, 2025. His family now spends nearly $200,000 each year to keep him safe. The same man who once yelled through explosions in Die Hard can no longer speak. But that isn't the hardest truth. Emma later admitted she had been hiding something for years. She believed Bruce was only becoming distant, never realizing his brain was slowly shutting down. The illness had been erasing him long before anyone caught on. What the family learned would shatter anyone's heart. On March 19, 1955, Bruce Willis was born in Idar Oberstein, West Germany. His father was an American soldier stationed there, while his mother was a German from Kassel. From day one, Bruce's life was caught between two different worlds. He grew up on a military base shadowed by war memories, stuck between American order and German tradition. At just 2 years old, life shifted. In 1957, his father left the military and the family moved to New Jersey. No longer the boy from Germany, Bruce became another kid in a tough American neighborhood of factory workers and struggling families. His father worked metal jobs while his mother picked up small bank shifts. Money was tight, and Bruce never felt like he belonged. By 6, another challenge hit him. A severe stutter made words freeze in his throat. Every attempt to speak ended in broken sounds. Other kids mocked him, calling him Buck. He often fought with his fists just to defend himself. But the pain of being unable to speak haunted him. Sentences took minutes to escape. His confidence collapsed under the weight of it. By age 10, school felt like a battlefield. The stutter hurt his chances and left him isolated. High school only worsened things. He skipped classes to dodge questions and pulled pranks to distract people from his speech. But around 15, he risked joining the drama club, and something unbelievable happened. On stage, his stutter disappeared completely. Suddenly, he spoke smoothly and fearlessly. For the first time, people listened without judgment. Teachers were stunned. Bruce realized acting gave him freedom. That discovery would change his entire life. By 1973, he was elected student council president. Even with teasing still around, it didn't matter. Theater gave him confidence. In 1975, while studying at Montclair State University, 2 professors helped with speech therapy that improved him further. But by 1977, tired of school, he dropped out and moved to New York to chase a dream. With empty pockets and no connections, Bruce worked long nights bartending just to eat. He often crashed on couches or in tiny apartments, but he entertained people, skating to work, playing harmonica, and turning the bar into a stage. Those years were messy, but full of raw passion. During his first year, he faced over 100 rejections. Slowly, small roles came in off-Broadway. His first real part came in 1977 with Heaven and Earth. The pay was low, rejection constant, and sometimes he slept on benches, but he never quit. Gradually, people noticed him. Commercials, small film parts, even a scene with Frank Sinatra in 1980. But while bartending one night, a fight left his nose badly broken. Emergency surgery followed. Doctors warned it could harm his voice, yet he recovered. He returned tougher than before. The scar stayed, adding an edge to his look. No one yet knew he'd become an action legend. But in those New York bars, he built more than a career. He built lifelong friendships. One of those was John Goodman, whom he met behind the counter at Chelsea Central. Together, they performed improvised plays that amazed small crowds. They were broke, barely making money, but the passion was pure. They worked without scripts, pouring themselves into every moment. Those raw shows sharpened Bruce's timing, giving him an energy that would later electrify Hollywood. By 1985, everything shifted again. He auditioned for Moonlighting, competing against 3,000 hopefuls. ABC rejected him 11 times, but Bruce returned one last time, shaved head, earrings, and pure attitude. He ad-libbed his lines, making producers laugh. And suddenly, the underdog with the stutter was the star they wanted. Moonlighting premiered March 3, 1985, and Bruce Willis became a household name overnight. The show was chaotic and expensive, scripts running 120 pages. Bruce clashed constantly with co-star Sybil Shepherd. By 1988, tensions were exploding, and by 1988, he collapsed from exhaustion and landed in the hospital. Scripts slowed, ratings dipped, but his charisma kept fans hooked. Amid this chaos, Bruce shocked everyone with a music album, The Return of Bruno, in January 1987. Against all odds, it went gold, selling 500,000 copies. One single even hit number 2 in the UK. Critics mocked it, but fans loved it. It was bold, strange, and pure Bruce. But the grind wore him down. Episodes cost over $1 million each. Co-star pregnancy delayed shoots in 1987, and a 1988 writer's strike nearly ended the show. Finally, on May 14, 1989, Moonlighting closed. Bruce had poured out everything. By then, Hollywood was already calling. His TV salary had jumped to $50,000 an episode, far from the $1,500 jobs he started with. Yet Bruce wasn't expected to lead films. He was just the witty guy from TV. No one believed he'd front a blockbuster. But then came Die Hard. By the late 80s, big names like Schwarzenegger and Stallone had rejected it. Even Frank Sinatra, tied to the original source story, passed. Out of nowhere, the offer landed in Bruce's hands. What shocked Hollywood wasn't just the casting, but the paycheck, $5 million. That was superstar money, the kind reserved for legends like Hoffman or Redford. Insiders thought the studio was insane. Shooting began in 1987 at Fox Plaza in Los Angeles. By its release on July 15, 1988, no one expected the explosion of success. The film made over $140 million and crowned Bruce as a true action star. But it came at a cost. A stunt detonation left him with permanent hearing loss in his left ear. He kept the injury quiet so filming wouldn't stop. Years later, it was revealed the damage never healed. Still, his everyman energy as John McClane changed action films forever. He wasn't a superhero, he was a regular guy surviving the impossible. Fans loved him for it. The following year, Bruce shocked Hollywood again. He voiced a talking baby in Look Who's Talking. 4 days of voice work earned him $10 million thanks to a profit-sharing deal. The film, made for under $10 million, grossed nearly $300 million worldwide. His charm and sarcasm made the role a hit with families, and sequels followed. Suddenly, everyone realized Bruce wasn't just lucky, he was clever too. Then he switched directions. In September 1989, he starred In Country, a quiet story about a Vietnam vet. He grew a mustache and played the role with heavy emotion. His own father's history as a Korean War vet may have shaped his performance. Critics respected it, though audiences didn't show up. The film made little money, but it proved Bruce was willing to take risks beyond action. By 1990, he returned to full adrenaline mode. Die Hard 2 exploded into theaters on July 4th. At this stage, Bruce knew his value. He pocketed $7.5 million up front, plus a share of the earnings. The film went on to gross $240 million globally, topping the first movie. Behind the camera, he argued with the director over keeping the action grounded. He didn't want over-the-top stunts. He insisted on danger that felt believable. That eye for detail kept fueling his career. By the time the third installment dropped in 1995, his paycheck had doubled to $15 million. Yet not every role paid off. The second Look Who's Talking, released in 1990, bombed. It pulled in $47 million and critics ripped it apart. Bruce had recorded his lines in only 3 days and later admitted the script was weak. He even took the producer to court over $2 million, but the case was dismissed. It was proof that quick deals didn't always mean real success. In 1994, his career flipped again with Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino gave him the role of Butch, a boxer who won't throw a fight. The part revived his image and showed him as raw and daring. He earned only $800,000, far less than usual, but chose story over money. The film made over $200 million and won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Bruce wasn't nominated, but the industry finally saw him as more than an action star. The following year, he pushed harder with 12 Monkeys. Playing a broken time traveler, he dropped 20 pounds and spent time in mental hospitals to prepare. During a stunt, he fractured his shoulder but kept going. The movie earned $160 million and scored 2 Oscar nods. He was overlooked again, but no one doubted his commitment. By 1997, he shocked fans again with The Fifth Element. It was wild, flashy, and futuristic, with Bruce as a cabbie turned reluctant savior. With a $90 million budget, it raked in $260 million. He did many stunts himself and wore outfits he disliked, but it became a cult classic. In 1998, Armageddon made him the face of Hollywood's biggest disaster epic. As Harry Stamper, the rough oil driller saving Earth, he led a film that made $553 million worldwide. Yet behind the camera, tension ran high. He clashed with Michael Bay over cut family scenes and argued with producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Even so, Bruce improvised the tearful farewell scene that touched audiences. The film scored 4 Oscar nods, but Bruce received a Razzie for Worst Actor in 1999, a bizarre twist for a box office smash. Away from the screen, Bruce's personal life made waves. In 1987, he met Demi Moore at a screening, and just 4 months later, they wed in Las Vegas. A month later, they held a proper ceremony with 100 guests, officiated by Little Richard. The rushed Vegas vows cost less than $1,000, but launched one of Hollywood's biggest marriages. Gossip spread that Demi was pregnant, but their first child, Rumor, arrived 9 months later in 1988. Together, they had 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah. They tried balancing careers and family, but fame added pressure. Demi earned $12.5 million for striptease in 1996, and rumors swirled about both having affairs. By 1998, after 11 years together, they separated, finalizing their divorce in 2000. The split looked civil, but behind the scenes, they fought over $200 million. Bruce paid Demi nearly $90 million, one of Hollywood's priciest divorces, plus custody agreements. Despite the pain, they remained close for their daughters. Demi even attended his second wedding and later stood by him after his health struggles. Even scandals couldn't break the bond. In 1992, a woman claimed he fathered her child, but a DNA test cleared him. Though it dented his image, Demi supported him. By 1999, The Sixth Sense shocked audiences. Playing child psychologist Malcolm Crowe, he earned $14 million. The film made $673 million and became the year's second biggest hit. Although Oscar ignored him, it reignited his career. In 2000, he reunited with Shyamalan for Unbreakable. As David Dunn, he played a man discovering hidden strength. Despite a bloated $75 million budget, the film made $248 million and built a loyal following. Years later, it grew into a trilogy. Outside of acting, Bruce had once tried music. His 1987 album, The Return of Bruno, went gold, selling over 500,000 copies. While one track hit the top 5 in the US and another reached number 2 in the UK, critics trashed it. The backlash made him quit singing by 1989, though he still performed at big events. In 2001, tabloids buzzed about an alleged affair with co-star Cate Blanchett during Bandits. She later called it false, but the rumors hurt promotion and the film flopped. In 2002, Hearts War bombed too, costing MGM $50 million. The failure pushed Bruce to therapy and a career pause. In 2007, he revived John McClane in Live Free or Die Hard. Facing cyber terrorists, the film made $383 million. But filming was rough. Bruce suffered a concussion in a car stunt. He had already lost part of his hearing years earlier from Die Hard. Even so, he kept spirits up with co-star Justin Long's pranks. A year before, he surprised fans by voicing a raccoon in Over the Hedge. The family film earned $339 million, and Bruce pocketed $5 million for his voice work. It revealed a lighter side to him. In 2010, he starred in Red, a quirky action comedy with legends like Morgan Freeman and Helen Mirren. The film earned nearly $200 million, with a sequel adding another $148 million. But reports of his mood swings on set hinted at deeper struggles. By 2013, his career faced drama when he demanded $4 million instead of $3 million for Expendables 3. Stallone called him greedy and replaced him with Harrison Ford. Headlines exploded, and though Red 2 still made $80 million, his image took a hit. From 2015 onward, Bruce churned out low-budget films like Vice. Critics blasted them as lazy, and fans noticed his spark fading. In 2022, the truth emerged. He had aphasia. The once fiery performances were signs of illness, not disinterest. Privately, he found peace with model Emma Hemming, whom he married in 2009. They renewed vows in 2019, surrounded by all 5 of his daughters. Yet fame's dangers followed, like a terrifying 2015 break-in at their Idaho ranch. Security became a fortress. Bruce also battled personal demons. In 1989, he was arrested after shoving a police officer while drunk at a party. Years later, he revealed his struggles with alcohol and credited AA for saving him. During the 2020 lockdown, he shocked fans by quarantining with Demi and their daughters in Idaho, while Emma stayed in LA. Photos of them in matching pajamas went viral, showing rare family unity. In March 2022, his family revealed he had aphasia and was retiring from acting. By 2023, it advanced into frontotemporal dementia, stealing his speech and personality. In August 2025, he moved into a care home with 24/7 staff, costing over $200,000 a year. His daughters visited often, but Emma admitted their world had been shattered. By then, Bruce could no longer talk. The man who once shouted unforgettable lines in Die Hard now spoke only through gestures. Yet sometimes, his laugh would return, or a song from his old album would spark a light in his eyes. Those rare moments reminded everyone that one of Hollywood's greatest voices had gone quiet.